Some things are great to have, and sometimes we talk about projects all the time in our skits and do things, but you got to realize everybody has a little bit of sadness to them, and it's nothing bad. It's just that, there are fractions that do hurt on what people do and what people say. Sometimes I'm very strong and I can move on and bypass a lot of things that people just don't go through, that I've had a hard boiling conversations and people that I met that I've had a lot of bad things been given to me, and but that's just what it looks like in my book. That's not necessarily the answer and the resolution on things, because things change for people all the time and situations grow. People start to realize half the damage they do in life, and you got to give people chances out here in life to change and to better themselves, to always be down. If you can't be friends and you can't be in relationships because of how life is, then just give everything your best. Just be yourself and be happy with what you get. I'm struggling as well as other people, but I try to look for the positives and resolutions. Being on having a disability doesn't help either, because I don't understand the things that go through my head and the visions I see and the memories. I have constant flashbacks. I have a lot of problems, and I don't like talking about what goes on because I feel that I've already bypassed it and I'm a little bit behind on the person that I am. I'm not at full 100%. I'm maybe 80%. It's the same thing of all the things I remember and accomplish during doing my skits and all the living in real life. And since coronavirus, I became more popular because I started doing these photography things and documenting journals. And I haven't opened up about all my accomplishments because I'm unsure how to. It's very sacred to me, my struggles, my battles, and it's very private for me, even though it's public, already knows everything. But I don't like bringing up issues that I've experienced with people, because I'm not pointing out people's flaws, but a lot of people have to learn lessons on their own. And when they don't know the answers, they just give up and move on. But one day, you're going to be in the very shoes I'm in, and you're going to have some hard karma to deal with. Karma's the worst thing to deal with in the world. We all have lives to live, and we all have great things we've accomplished in life. But for me, I don't know how to focus on it. It's a reason I had to get me a doctor to take medicine, because my self is unhealthy, whatever how to describe it. It's I jump through things, memories, scenarios. I jump around in conversations with people. I move around a lot. I don't know the right terminology for my skills and qualifications and things, because I'm learning so much and I'm always being pushed my whole life to outbeat myself, and I don't care about competition. I just care about enjoying and waking up another year and facing another destination. And I'm having strong problems. I'm in a jam right now in life, and down where we're living, the world is changing for the better for the kids, but you got to give it to the adults as well, not just the kids. You got to there's something happening in reality that's changing now. We didn't have all this stuff growing up, and when I was in school, we didn't have one-on-one sessions with teachers, and less bullies, and less drama and less violence. We didn't have that stuff growing up. We didn't have referees and people to talk to us out of having bad thoughts and bad situations. Always, we always get in fights and had bad relationships, and people pick on each other and call each other names, and instead of getting to know each other or giving each other positive advice like it is nowadays. We didn't have that growing up. We isolated, and people partied so much that people were fooling around so much, and it passed down through the generations, and I was the only one to rebel against disgusting things, and I don't know how to describe 90% of the things I went through because I always kept myself not sober half the times because of traumas and problems and things I faced. So we didn't have the technology that we have nowadays, which it's not to say that that's a bad thing, but life could be a lot different if we start opening doorways to making life healthier, easier, safer. It's for everyone to grow. It's for over our heads. It's not just for ourselves we're fighting for. And sometimes solutions happen. Positive things is also a plus. It finally kicks in though. You gotta allow it in your reality. And it's not that it takes time, it happens immediately. We're going through totally different changes. I'm fighting for my casework and looking for solutions and lawyers and doctors, or it's a teamwork, team effort. Oh, that felt good to get out of the system. Talking about some memories is okay, but it reopens the wound, and I don't I am a different kind of person. I don't get fractured. I have sad moments, yes, but I don't take them out on people. I isolate myself from those feelings, not from people, but I always just crack jokes or bust raps and fit into characters and tell about stories and I just do things. I don't have explanations. I don't like this side of where life is going, where everything has to have an explanation or you got to question everything, and I don't like doing that. I just like living life and enjoying travels and the battles and memories I've gone through. I got a lot of stuff and work out here in the world that I'm still getting used to, all this new technology, and I don't want to use it for the wrong reasons. I don't want to just waste my time. I want to invent TV shows. There's a lot of people in the planet in this state that I'm living in that there's a lot of things we can be doing with each other and practicing and different beliefs, and it's I pray for things because that's the only thing I have left, and I mix with trinkets and I mess with stuff to better myself because a lot of times you can't rely on people's actions. If they say we live in the devil's world, well, the devil's not exactly a peaceful person. And he doesn't understand that the more destruction and more chaos and dissing that brings bad spirits and omens to the table and bad people, you don't realize you're making it harder on yourselves. You're making yourself suffer when you're making other people suffer. And I hate to be the one to tell you so, and maybe you need to hear it from somebody else instead of myself, that, there's reason why there's therapists, there's reason why there's psychiatrists, doctors, lawyers, there's reasons why there's soldiers, there's reasons why there's police. It's not to stop you from what you're doing in life, it's because to keep you in check, to let you know you're getting a little out of hand and you're getting a little, it's time to pull back. You're getting a little bit above levels to where you're mixing too many things and too many hot topics and subjects that just seem to be always changing on the instant. And but a lot of damage life does replays in the back of people's minds despite what they say, and you never know what kind of impression I place off on the planet because people don't tell me anything. They're not talkative, they're not open to each other, they're open to their own friends and the people they care about, but when it comes to the people I've run into in life, I've never really found that connection. And it's not to diss people, it's just I don't think they realize half the things they do and say, and I don't want to be the bearer of sad news and tell people that you got to go about things just different, not better or worse. It's just different. Try being different. That's all. I don't know the right terminology to make everybody happy because I'm trying to make myself happy as well, but I don't know how to put myself first because I'm already always doing it. I'm always just bending over backwards, but I'm just having too many personal problems because of the way the world works and how people believe in such bad depression that they don't realize what they're manifesting in reality, and they're always teaching me and everybody else about this stuff. But you got to realize you're also doing the same thing. Your leaders and teachers and parents, you're all also driving your weight onto our shoulders. Your problems interfere with in our problems. Your traumas cause us to have traumas. So you see what you complain about, how your life was full of trauma while you're just causing us to have more trauma. And we don't want to be the generation to keep telling you need to hear it yourself from somebody else. You need to hear it in your life in your own direction. Can't be something I have to keep telling people because it makes me look like the jerk. And I'm just trying to relate and then live another day and pass by and do my photography things. And a lot of this personal acquaintances and personal stuff gets in the way. It's interference. And I don't like to be about that stuff. That's not where my focus is. I want to learn better skills. How can I come up with better rhymes and better skits if I'm focusing on all this mushy, lovey-dovey stuff? And it's great things to achieve positive energy, but I also have to get over the sadness, not just invite positive things. And there's something in my body and blood that's different from other people that makes me recycle and go through things differently. And I'm trying to bypass all this crazy stuff and going through stuff and learning techniques and learning new skills and learning new abilities that sometimes I get beside myself or ahead of myself and I'm slowing down because I'm just living a journey. But it seems like the more I open up, the less fun it is. I'd like to talk about smart things or superpowers and practice and learn how to do crazy things that we've seen in newspapers and events of our leaders and people we care about. I'd like to do crazy things, like all kinds of things. It's hard to put in terminology because I don't keep myself limited. I'd like to do many things, but I don't know how to. The stuff I've seen and been through, it just happens random, and I don't fully know how to control it because I'm already doing it, I guess, and I don't know what impression I give off because I'm not used to having attention. I'm not used to impacting. I have kids and family and role playing with life, and everything is, ever since I lost the trinket I messed with, my life has had nothing but bad luck and strange luck, and I've been going through strange things, but maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Just because I'm going through hard times doesn't mean what I'm doing isn't right and isn't keeping me focused, because I'd love to be advanced and intelligent and get over being a C plus student average and learning everything. I'd love to be smart like my children. I'd love to be smart and great like a lot of scientists or intelligent people are, and have journeys and battles and war stories to pass down and everything else. But it also relies on the people to turn back and realize what they're doing wrong now, and they got to go through changes that I've already realized I went through and had to learn to treat people and how to use these magic abilities, and just understanding life is a general journey in itself.